This is Karen Ranzi of Super Healthy Children, and I am here with Harley Johnstone, Durianrider from Australia, here in New Jersey. And he did a talk tonight here in my home, and just really excited to have him here. We were both at the Woodstock Fruit Festival up in the Adirondacks in New York, and Harley did a whole bunch of talks there. And so this evening you were talking about what fuels you when you run, when you bike. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Essentially, my fuel I use on the bike or on the run is the same as on the computer or talking to people. My preference is sweet, sugary fruit. Bananas are great. My favourite on the go fruit would be the date, the organic dates. Pull the pit out. I try and eat 4 or 5 per hour when I'm on the go. So that'd be my preference.
And what kind of dates?
Organic medules, organic berries, organic deglet nor. Basically any organic date I can get. The reason why I prefer the organic dates is they taste better, typically.
Right. I know you said that for you, that the taste is all about the nutrition of the fruit as well, right? I never heard it put that way before, that, because usually people are looking for organic. But you said that it's more important that the taste. And so why is that? Why is it more nutritious? I always thought that the organic food would be much better.
Yeah, but that's what I used to think as well. But the plant, the fruit is the way the plant gets its better seed. And animals in nature, they love sweet fruits. The fruit bats are a sweet animal. They need the sugar. The squirrels and the skunk and a lot of these animals, they rely on the sweet foods to provide carbohydrate, calories for them, especially the fruit bats, especially the parrots and various fruit-eating birds. So the tree that can produce the sweet fruit, the sweeter fruit, will have precedence and dominance over the other trees that don't produce enough sugar. So the animal, let's say the fruit bat, let's use the fruit bat example, an animal that gets exclusively 100% of its calories from sweet fruit or nectar, that animal will get more energy to defend its territory, to find a mate, to fly away from predators if it's getting enough calories from the trees. So that's nature's design, is to push as much sugar as it can so that pollinator animal gets to spread that pollen or seed far and wide. And
the fruit's got to really taste good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's the same I buy fruit for taste versus if it's organic. Yeah, sure, organic's generally better because it's grown in better quality soil, but at the end of the day it comes down to taste. If there's no taste in fruit, there's a lot less nutrition than what there should be.
And what is your take on, that some people say that too much fruit is not good, that it can even, it's been said that it can even cause cancer. What is your take on this?
I've had late nights for every day for the last 2 weeks, I think, and a lot of people who say that you need too much fruit, they also say you need to sleep less. It's just nonsense. If fruit gave you cancer, then we'd all be dead from cancer, because we eat probably more fruit in 2 or 3 days than the average Australian or American eats in a year.
Right, wow.
And so if you accumulate that over 5, 10, 15 years, that's a lot of fruit. So this is nonsense.
One of the things that you didn't talk about too much tonight was water and how much water. What is your recommendation for that?
I recommend drink enough water so your urine is clear. If your urine is yellow or straw, you need to drink more. I aim for at least 10 times a day clear urination, and I aim for at least trying to fill up a 32-ounce bottle at night time when I'm sleeping.
Okay, so you drink even at night?
If my mouth's dry, I'll drink.
Okay.
But I never wait for thirst. If my mouth's a bit dry, put some water in there. Another thing for dental hygiene, to have a moist mouth, because a dry mouth, the saliva is a bit more acidic. It can set us up with cavities having a dry mouth. So definitely having a bottle Just a little sip bottle by your bed at night time. If you wake up with dry mouth, have a sip, go back to sleep.
Oh, that's a great suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And then you wake up, you have a fresher mouth in the morning. It's a lot better. Another thing with the sugar thing and the cancer, Dr. Max Gerson, like everybody uses Max Gerson as the model. But what diet did Max Gerson promote? High carb, low fat, low protein, sugar from beetroots, carrots and apples. Sugar, sugar, sugar. So anyone who says we use Dr. Max Gerson as the model, yet don't eat fruit, got too much sugar. So Max Gerson, he promoted a 95-5 diet to help with breast cancer. 95% carbohydrate, so 90% carbs, 5% fat and protein in terms of total calories.
Wow, that's even like more than the 80-10-10.
Exactly. So it's more sugar than 80-10-10. Just a little bit more. And that's Max Gerson's recommendations.
Wow.
And the results speak for themselves.
Yeah. And so you were talking about supplementation, and that really the only supplement that you highly recommend is B12. And so how can people make sure that they're getting enough B12, and what are some of the things that they might want to observe if they're, if their bodies aren't taking in enough B12?
It's a tough one because it's a very fine line between being, aware of it versus being a hypochondriac. So I'm not a fan of the B12 intramuscular shots. You can give them to yourself and then take 30 seconds. You can do one every 2 months or so. But again, it depends on the individual. So for me to give a generic prescription, it would be inaccurate because it's one person's needs might be higher than another person's needs. So there's a good book to read called Could It Be B12 by Sally Patchlock. So I'd recommend reading that book and then make your own conclusions, do your own little homework. And for me, I give myself a 1,000 microgram B12 shot every 2 months, around about. So it takes me 30 seconds, done, easy.
And do you feel a difference?
I don't feel any difference, but on paper, definitely notice a difference there. With my hemoglobin went up, homocysteine went down, B12 serum went up.
So your body has responded?
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely. So some people might say sublinguals versus shots. I'd say that I've never actually seen anyone's B12 levels go up with homocysteine go down via the sublingual B12 supplementation. Some people say it can work, but I'm a big fan of certainty, so I use B12 shots.
Okay.
And they're pretty painless, just easy.
Yeah. And where you live in Australia, are plenty of raw fruits and vegetables available there?
If you know where to go, you can get enough, but if you're a tourist, it'd be very tough.
Really?
Yeah, very tough. Because unfortunately we have a very fruit-phobic society in Australia where people are like, fruit makes you fat, fruit gives you diabetes, whatever. But everyone's fat and got diabetes in Australia anyway. And there's only maybe 4 or 5 of us in Australia eat up to 30 bananas a day. So it's a crazy situation. But
right. Well, I think it's that way here as well.
Yeah.
So, wow. Is there anything else that you would like to tell us about you? And could you also give your website? And you get great response to your YouTube videos. Maybe you can say something about that.
My YouTube channel is Durianriders.com. No, sorry, it's been late night. My YouTube channel is Durianriders. My website, our website, Freely my partner, 30bananasaday.com. And you can check us out on Facebook. Just look us up, Google us up, you'll find us. My tip for people interested in raw food lifestyle would be get enough calories from your favourite sweet fruits, be it bananas, dates, mangoes, melons, whatever. Get enough calories every day. You can't eat too much fruit. If you eat it too fast, you eat it too late at night, you can't eat too much overall. So fruit keeps you slim, keeps you healthy. Get outside, use your body a bit, get a bit of sunshine, live your purpose, live with passion, stay hydrated.
Thank you so much, Harley.
No worries.